Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Vibrant finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Vibrant got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Vibrant finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibrant got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Probably better than where we are up here in New York. We got about 4 inches of snow on the ground now. It's been in the 20s the last couple days. And boy, do I miss the South. So hopefully this bull run comes so we can all make that money and do what we want to do with our lives, improve them, live clean, build farms, have our own supply chains with food and resources. That's where the real power is. But today we are talking about 5 altcoins that I believe are the easiest 100Xs that are out here. You know, when you're here every day and you get to see all these projects being built across multiple chains, certain ones just stick out. And there's a key factor behind successful projects, and that is typically a great founder, somebody that's passionate, that's unique, that has a vision, and they're not all about themselves. People in this industry are so narcissistic and so self-centered that it prevents them from growing and growing. And then they get bitter and jealous. And that's why Richard Hart has so many people that hate him, because he's smarter than a lot of people and they will not accept that. They got to be the smartest person, but that's nor here nor there. Looking at the bubbles today, Uniswap, Velo, looks like we got the DEX is pumping today out of the blue, but I don't think that was out of the blue. Uniswap, the fee switch is momentous. For years, the Uni token has been a valuation overhang for all of DeFi. Uniswap has the highest mindshare app in crypto. And who made that popular, guys? Back in 2020, if you were here during DeFi summer, Richard Hart and Hexagons pretty much made Uniswap a thing. How ironic is that? And now a complete 180 is coming. We're finally able to get excited about the Uni token. And why? They are going to finally start sharing with the community. All right. Now it's not a valueless token. Holders are going to, I don't know how they're going to do it. If they're going to give them back a share of it, percentages of the fees, but something. This is what we need to see. Projects that aren't just here and give you nothing. That's why we like the coins on Pulse Chain, some of these reflection tokens and the tax tokens that just pay you yield, like PTGC and UFO. You don't have to do anything. You hold them and you just keep getting more. And that's a beautiful thing. So this is going to be really good for all of crypto right here. Having this Uniswap, this change from Uniswap, them basically taking all the money and leaving token holders with a dead chart. Now you're going to at least have a dead chart and be getting some money back. So that we'd love to see. Also today, Secretary Scott Bessent that says the Treasury and IRS issued a new guidance giving crypto ETPs a clear path to stake digital assets and share staking rewards with their retail investors. This move increases investor benefits, boosts innovation, and keeps America the global leader in digital asset and blockchain tech. Guys, how can you be bearish right now? All right, we just went through the Biden administration where they fudged the numbers and the economy data more than I've ever seen in my life. All right. To revise the jobs down from 900 or $900,000 or what? To revise the job data and cut 900,000 jobs. That's a complete embarrassment. Whoever is responsible for that needs to be fired immediately. You're telling me AI couldn't do a better job? It's sad. So we are coming off the highest rate increases in history, economy that's been in a recession that we're going to look back on and agree it was. Well, all the fudging of the numbers tries to give a different story. So businesses are making decisions based off of horrible data. And things start to go wrong. And we're at that point now. Everything's broke. The reverse repo markets were drained. So they're adding money to them. And we're in the same spot as 2019. I really hope they're not setting up right now for the reverse carry trade unwind. It's the one thing we've been talking about for almost a year on this channel, that Japan is going to be the catalyst that causes a global liquidity crisis. And when that happens, the system is designed for XRP to thrive. It's when it's going to take over. Love it, hate it, I don't give a shit. I've been here for thousands of hours doing research. I know what's coming. If you morally don't like it, I don't either. But I'm not in a position financially to be able to pass down that much money and say, yeah, my moral beliefs prevent me from making life-changing money. I'm not that person. So I'll do enough good with the money after to make up for that. So I'm not worried about it. The blue chips have been chosen, guys. XRP, more Ripple is the chosen one. They were birthed from the NSA. Our own government created Ripple. The same way I believe they created Amazon, the same way Microsoft was created. These people are not just guys that lived in a basement and created these amazing companies. Ripple came from the NSA. Go look back into the real early days and look up a guy named Ryan Fugger, Fugger, and look up his family. They've been in the banking cartel in Europe for hundreds of years. Okay. And then it was Jeb McCaleb was brought in. Same thing. I believe he's related to the Rockefellers or Rothschilds. Don't quote me on that one. I need to double check, but I'm almost positive. So Jeb now is at Ripple. He moves over and starts Stellar XLM because Ripple is for banks. Stellar is for peer-to-peer microtransactions, small stuff. And then Hedera, I believe, is where all the Web3 is going to be built on. For all of, even stable CBDCs and stable coins. Some will be on Hedera. But building Web3 dApps, Hedera is going to steal the cake. And while all that's going on, we have Pulse Chain sitting in the back, just shining like a diamond. Everyone's fighting Pulse Chain. And the beauty about it is whatever happens on Pulse Chain, there is zero correlation to what's going on with XRP, Stellar, Hedera, Flare, Quant, all the projects involved in building a new financial system and launching it and allowing banks and institutions to earn yield on their assets, which just got approved for ETPs today, coincidentally. And if you notice, the Genius Act has been kind of rushed to the forefront. I believe it's in the Senate right now. A week ago, the odds of Polymarket having that approved were 18%. And now, last time I looked, it was in the 40s. So what do these people know that we don't? They need the Clarity Act to come through. And then you're going to see all of the corporations and banks launch their own stable coins. This is a stable coin super cycle. That's going to bring the liquidity and also the ETFs. When they start launching this week and next week, people are going to think that's the bottom. But Bitcoin, I think, was 14 days after the Bitcoin ETF launched. It bottomed out, and ETH was 12 days. It was either 14 and 12 or 12 and 10 days. So I think the XRP ETFs, when they launch, it might be 8 days. So they're going to come out. Everyone's going to freak out. And then I think a week or so around Thanksgiving, man, it should be beautiful in this cycle, in the markets. And there is so much opportunity here, guys. So do not listen to stupid people out here. DBS Bank and JP Morgan announced tokenized deposit interoperability partnership. No way. Who saw this coming? And who is at the forefront of this stuff? There's multiple companies right now who are working with the DTCC, with Swift, and people say, oh my God, Chainlink and Swift. And now Linea's working with Swift. So Ripple, they're done. Guys, no, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Linea is building out the messaging system for Swift. Chainlink is the Oracle system. Ripple is the settlement system for Swift. All of them together are going to create the new Swift system, if that blockchain even works. Right now, I think they're going to be going to R3 Corda. If that's the backup plan. But we need instant settlement. All right. Right now, we're T+1. That's a big problem for these ETFs. If something goes on, some kind of liquidity crisis happened on a weekend, that's a big problem. That would cause the Genius Act to have to be rushed in so they can use the plan, use the coins that have been planned out for the last 20 to 30 years. And you could disagree with me. You can love it. You can hate it, but it's what's coming. And that's my job to educate you on that. And now Coinbase. We're back to the ICO days of 2017, but legally and no friction, no shadiness. Token launches just got a whole lot better. Early access to your favorite tokens. Real supporters are prioritized. Sustainable token distribution, and US users can finally join. Starting with Monad, November 17th. And this is going to create and set a precedent for how you do a legal ICO in the United States. And Coinbase too, if you saw what they did with their DEX, they now have the ability in the Coinbase app, you can find any coin that's on base, any of the altcoins, any coin that just got launched. So people that have the regular Coinbase app that have no clue how to use DeFi could never get onto Switch.win or Aerodrome and swap for the base tokens. Now they can do it inside the app. So guys, the infrastructure, the framework, everything is being laid out perfectly for the market to just send. And I think max pain right now is to the upside. And a lot of people agree. So speaking of Coinbase, gem number 1. That's good. I think is the easiest 100x in this market. Research Hub, Brian Armstrong's own project. I don't see how he is not going to be full supporting his own project. And right now it's sitting at 30 cents, a $38 million market cap. We found this thing back in May and it did really well. And we found it right here, that May 8th at 40 cents ish. I bought it there and then it fell off a cliff. I'm sorry. Wow. I'm looking at the wrong year. 2025, May 8th, right here. That's much better. It was about 27 cents. We found it right here. And then it doubled up, went to 58 cents. So immediately we're able to pull profits if you want, but I'm not that person. I buy a bag, I hold, and then when it dips back down into the buy zone, I add more. So when it dipped down this past week to 25 cents ish, I sold all my Noble blocks and added like $200 to my bag. So I just believe in Brian Armstrong. He's talked about this project. He has a passion for it. And guys, decentralized science and AI and blockchain are the perfect blend. Some of these use cases for crypto just suck, but DeSci is changing the world. I've been doing a lot of digging into these new projects that are they're going after specific niches of the market, whether it's like stopping hair loss, preventing ovarian cancer, blood circulation, living longer, eyesight. There's literally a crypto or a project that is going to tackle all these different narratives. And with AI, well, I forget what project it was, but they were doing these body mappings and scannings that for a human to physically do, it would have taken 20 years. And AI did this in a week. So there are things that AI are very good for. And science and DeSci is one of them. And it just stresses to me the importance that this stuff is decentralized. It's not manipulated, and it's not just reading from a data bank like ChatGPT and these other LLMs. So you got to be a visionary. You have to think, what's going to be happening 2 years down the road from now? What's the world going to look like? And that's what I try to do. And I just think they've just scratched the surface. And you see how much progress has been made in such a short amount of time. Give it 2-3 years. And I think this is going to change the whole pharmaceutical industry, all of it. People aren't going to be silenced anymore. That was the problem with medicine and even technology. If you develop or build something that's going to uproot something that's a major moneymaker, they're going to just buy you out, or they're going to silence you. And that's how the world works. But I really think this stuff like this, decentralized research where nobody can corrupt it and everyone can see it and your peers can collaborate on it and read it over and review it, I love it. So RSC Research Coin is gem number 1 for the easiest 100x ever in crypto. Number 2, it's all about the founders, right? I said earlier, all these projects have a phenomenal founder. Brian Armstrong, the founder of Coinbase, super patriotic dude. He's got a good image. People like him. And his project's sitting at a $30 million market cap. Come From Beyond, the founder of QUBIC. The next easiest 100x gem is QUBIC, in my opinion. The founder Come From Beyond, I think, is Satoshi. Most of crypto Twitter has no idea, and many are fading him. But back in 2002, Come From Beyond, Sergey Ivancheglo was already publishing about distributed computing years before Satoshi's white paper. He could have been part of the creation of Bitcoin itself. Since then, he invented proof of stake, launched NXT, the real first proof of stake chain, and I believe NXT was the most profitable ICO in history. Co-founded IOTA, another top 3 most profitable ICO in crypto history. Pioneered DAG technology and designed Jin. I don't know what that one is. Now he's building AGI, artificial general intelligence, the place where all his earlier visions converge. So I am working with the QUBIC Foundation to do content and streams with them. We were able to do a AMA with Come From Beyond, where we sent him questions from the community and he answered them. They wasn't live, but he answered all of the questions, not all of them. Some he left blank. But when asked about QUBIC and blockchain and AI, when did he start thinking about it? He said 1999, 2000-ish. So this guy has been around thinking about QUBIC for 20 plus years. Look at his track record. This doesn't even include he founded Monero. This guy, it plays multiple aliases online. He's that smart. These guys, so Great Crypto Escape put an hour video out about all of the proof, this guy being Satoshi, and he said in ChatGPT, it was a 99% chance that he was him. Here it is, right here. This was in 2024, where he was, oh no, this isn't the one. So he said in November last year, there's going to be no alt season until 400,000 Bitcoin are sold. And what do you know? A year later, last week, Scott Melker, Rand Neuner, all these guys specifically said 400,000 Bitcoin have been transferred from OG holders to new hands, and the price is still over $100,000. How did he know? Who do you think that BTC whale selling BTC with his own emoji? Who sold 24K Bitcoin in one go? But how did he know that the amount of Bitcoin that was going to be sold was the exact amount a year early? Could have been coincidence, could be luck. But he also said in that same thread, QUBIC will be a top 10 crypto this cycle. So this guy, I'm in the Discord. I've been doing research on the community. And if AGI happens, I think QUBIC has the best shot to do it. QUBIC.org, you can go down and read so much research in the ecosystem here. They have a whole scientific team that they've hired out to write articles, do research, and help build the first decentralized AGI. And it's supposedly going to be ready in 2027, but we'll see. This stuff takes time. They already have Anna, which is a Twitter bot that is learning from Twitter, starting at square one from a complete dummy to now she's trying to learn math, and it's wild to see. So QUBIC and some of the altcoins on here, I think, are just no brainers. QMine, my favorite project on QUBIC. They own over 400 mining rigs right now. So you buy QMine and you get QUBIC dropped to your wallet every single week. And we were lucky. We found this thing at 290 QUBIC per coin. So it has shot up. The pre-sale was 280, I think, or 289. And then it sat at 290, 300 for a week or so. Yeah, right around here in late August. And we scooped it up. And look at that. The thing did a 10x while paying back QUBIC the whole time. And the founder is building My Last Match with Come From Beyond, which is the coolest game I've seen in a while. I'm going to buy a cheap Windows computer so I can play this game. And I'm not a gamer at all. I already got a couple of the in-game items, but regardless, when players play the game and they die and they respawn, they have to spend 1 million QUBIC. Half of that QUBIC, 500,000, goes to the safe house holders, which the biggest safe house holders, one of them is the founder of QMine. And the passive income is going to be given for the stuff that's made from all of his in-game stuff that he controls will be split and given up to the community, to My Last Match holders and QMine holders. So it is a real cool project. And again, when you talk to founders and you see their vision, I don't know if I have a soft spot for it, or when someone's on the same frequency and they get it and they're not all about themselves. They have a vision to grow and support and help other people. That's what it's all about. Those are the people I want to support. So shout out to Eco, one of the best founders in crypto, working with who I think could be Satoshi. He might not be, but if he's not Satoshi, he knows who it is. It's either, I think it was Arthur Brito, David Schwartz, and potentially Come From Beyond were all working on it way before in the early 2000s, and it came from the NSA, just like Ripple. And now Jeb McCaleb, the early OG Ripple guy, what's he doing? Launching rockets with Elon. You don't get to that level unless you are part of their blood. Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist, but I just don't think Elon is organic. I think if you look into his father and his mother and their past, he was set up for success. But it doesn't matter. We have our own legends in the ecosystem to follow. And another project I love on QUBIC is Garth. It's a meme coin, but they now have an NFT. They're building a game. They have airdrops for the next year until AGI Garth goes live. So they have a game plan. They have a community that's growing and thriving. And last week, I only had a couple million coins, and I finally figured out how the airdrop system works. So basically, you come in, you register your wallet in the Zealy, you get it approved, and as long as your wallet, you don't sell tokens and it maintains the same or more tokens, you get more airdrops every week if you buy the token. So last week, I bought 4 million tokens, and I got airdropped 4 million tokens. So now this week again, I went and I bought 5 million more tokens. And that was like 150 million. It was like $160. And now this next week, I should get another 5 million airdrop to me. So it basically doubles your bag. But as soon as you sell some of them, you're no longer eligible for airdrops. So I'm probably going to do a couple more of them because I have one of the NFTs so I can play in the game. And that's going to also earn me rewards. And it's just really, really cool to see the community backing it, the vision coming to fruition, and the game will be launching this year. So I'm excited for it. So I think QUBIC and QMine and Garth are all 100x gems, in my opinion. QMine has already done an 8x if you got in early. Garth is up like 4.5x now, and we've just started. And the My Last Match game is going to be massive. But the game, it's getting expensive now. You can't, there's only 676 shares of the game. And if you buy one, you got to go to QUBICtrade.com. But they're unpriced out. I can't buy them right now. Where are they? MLM, 1.7 billion. So they're $1,700 right now. But I think this thing is going to be worth 10 billion QUBIC in the near future. You know, this is very valuable in my opinion. There's so few games that I've seen where the founder of QUBIC, Monero, the inventor of freaking proof of stake. Are you kidding me? It's like, I don't know. It becomes obvious which projects have the most chance to succeed when you are here every single day and you see all the garbage that comes through and all the money grabs. And when the good stuff comes around, it's like, yes, thank you. I've been waiting for this to come along because 99% of people are here to extract from you. There's so many people in this world who have it horrible in third world countries. And if you can come in crypto and scam stupid people that are here in the United States or Europe or whatever, that don't know what they're doing, clicking buttons, if they can afford to lose it like that, people are going to steal from you. People are going to launch projects and pretend that they're the good guys. They're here from the community and then become leeches. I've seen it in the Pulse Chain community. I see it in the DYNEX community. And unfortunately, it's coming in the QUBIC community. But I'm calling it out immediately. I'm not letting it fly because you can't fool me. The playing Mr. Nice Guy and then pointing fingers, blaming everyone else. Oh, this scam. You're the one that's portraying the victim that you are a legend over there. It's so sad how that works. The loudest people are the ones that are doing the scamming and are doing the shit that they are, frowning upon. It's disgusting. What up? Say hi to the chat for a second. Caparanga, good to see you. I figured I'd try an afternoon stream. See if it got a different crowd. BP, nice to see you. Dojo, what's going on? QUBIC community member right there. There he is, the ginger giant. What up, Rags? Well, it got to be delusional not to think crypto is going to soar. Yeah. Or you have to be traumatized. You had to have gotten into a bunch of meme coins or shilled a bunch of garbage. And I'm blessed to be able to see through and recognize who those people are and stay far clear from it. That's why the projects I talk about are the ones that I believe have sustainability and tremendous upside. There's projects in crypto where they've seen everything. They've gotten all the marketing. Like, what can Bitcoin do from here? How much further can it go than the US making a Bitcoin strategic reserve? That's the top. All right. Stuff like XRP has been fudded to death. No one's ever talked about Stellar in the mainstream or even Hedera. So when they get their time to shine, it's going to be because they're building in its utility. It's just going to change everything. Pulse Chain, man, there's so much opportunity here. But those people that got destroyed, got wrecked, got rug pulled over and over, they could never believe that, oh, this project, the chart looks horrible, but if I just buy and hold, I'll be okay. The meta right now is buy a meme coin, sell it at 2x and get out. And that's not sustainable. Good to see you, Vinny. My man, Fast. Yeah, we're all here for the tech. That is very true. My thoughts on sell frame. I'm still hodling it. I bought when I found out about it 2.5 years ago, did the research, and we were near the bottom. So I just bought my bag and I've been adding to it when it completely crashes down to where it is now, what, like 20 cents or something like that. It was well over $1. That's 17 cents. So yeah, this is the buy zone. This is when you add to your positions because they're down. No one's talking about them. And if you have the conviction, you see the potential. Yeah, look, we were almost at $2 this time in December last year. And now we're down to 17 cents. So yeah, my conviction on sell frame is still the same, bro. Nothing has changed. When this is investing done properly. You find a project that has a use case, it has a community, and it has a vision and good founders. You buy it when it's down low, and then you sell the euphoria in the future. Or you have a longer term vision, like stuff with Flare and XRP, where we're going to buy it now and put it to work and never touch the principal. XRP and Flare are my money makers. They're my printers. I'm never going to touch my principal. I'm going to just keep adding and adding. And when the price gets high enough, once you can live off those rewards, that's when you start to think about selling. But why kill the golden goose? So many people are going to sell themselves and sell their future short with these blue chips. Unfortunately, people are not going to be able to hold them for the next 10 years. And I know which coins I have the ability to hold forever. I will out hodl anyone. Buying Pokemon cards for the last 3 years was the best thing for me. After the boom happened with Logan Paul and it died out, boxes went to $85. And I just was buying them every time I could, buying sealed cases, buying loose boxes, whatever I could. What happened last year? All of a sudden, one set became popular, and now we're in the biggest boom ever. So if people think that there's no money in retail to pump the crypto markets, oh boy, are people wrong. If these kids have money to spend $300 on a Pokemon box, that should be $120. Once people start to lose, people are going to exit out of that and look for the next thing. And sneakers are dead. Video games are dead. They're going to come to crypto because it's easy to use now. So believe me, there is money out there, but those are the people you sell your short-term stuff to. When those people come in, the stuff I'm selling this cycle, that's when I'll be exiting. I have coins I'm holding for the next 10 to 15 years. I have coins that I'm holding for at least the next 5 or 6 and then reevaluate. And then I have stuff that I'm holding for this cycle. And when the top comes, either in January or whenever, March, or even in December, if we get a crazy blow off top, yeah, I'm taking profits on my short-term stuff. I'm not going to be stuck holding the bag on those. But with XRP, XLM, Flare, Quant, HBAR, XDC, Corium, I'm holding these long-term. Right? There's a reason why in the top, even the top 100, XLM, XRP, HBAR, the coins I've been talking about for years are now finally being adopted. And that's where the big money is going to go. Billions and billions of dollars of demand are already preset for Ripple and XRP's ETFs. It is going to be the next Bitcoin. And you can believe me, you can hate it, or you can join the people that are going to profit off of this and put your money up with them. Excellent presence to all. Infinite blessings. One God, one love. Always. What up, Forward Aliens? Good to see you. Love the early stream. Yeah, I'm going to start doing some earlier ones, I think. And do maybe I'll do QUBIC stream, like QUBIC and Pulse Chain streams at nighttime or them during the day. And then the more blue chip stuff there. I don't know. We'll figure something out that is easier to follow. There's the man. You guys don't know Samson in QUBIC. He's one of the better creators over there. He's honest. He tells you how it is. And you got to appreciate people like that. Advanced Hood Cleaning Solutions. Let's go. My man finally caught you live. Yes, sir. I'm gonna start doing some noontime streams now because enough of you are here that are working and can't catch them. And I can do that. So let's go. Appreciate you guys. All right, guys. So we got Research Coin. We got QUBIC, QMine, either or. And then the next one is Richard Hart and Pulse Chain. But specifically, P Tiger is the one I'm going to be talking about. Bitcoin was cool, and it launched, and you could trade it long before anyone was using it in the real world. People were mining it and trading it before it even had a price. But trading it was very, very hard to do. There were no on-chain exchanges. It's cool that you can just launch a token and trade it on chain before anything else is even built around it. Really reduces the time to market. So what Richard's building here, I think a stable coin or something has to come with it, and probably a wallet. That way he can have his own private wallet where you can use your bank account, or probably in the future PayPal or other on-ramps to put money into your wallet where no one can see. And then you can have a private OTC desk in your wallet. So if I want to go buy, $10,000 of Morpheus, I can go find someone that owns it. And I don't know how you send them a message to their wallet or whatever, but you can negotiate a deal. Or, people that probably put up what they have for sale. So there's probably bids and offers, or just an offer board. And then you go in and say, oh, I see you have 10 billion Morpheus for sale. This is the market price. How about you give me a 5% discount? All right, yeah, done. So now I send money directly from my wallet to his. Nobody sees it. That's really cool. And then imagine a stable coin. If it's PDI or something he launches, that's got to be the next step. And then he can now move all his money around wherever he wants in private. He can make deals with himself or whatever, OTC, and his money can move from Tornado Cash, wherever it is, to wherever he needs it to go. So people fading Richard Hart, man, I don't know what y'all are doing. A peer-to-peer over-the-counter means two parties trade crypto directly or through a private broker instead of using a public exchange order book. OTC trades are typically used for large amounts so the trade doesn't move market prices and avoid slippage, and allow more flexible settlement methods, bank wires, stablecoins, escrow, etc. Bingo. And guys, I love it. And yesterday I had a conversation with the Crypto Tiger God. And when he first came out, I said it on stream. I said it to all you guys privately. This is someone the community needs. I like this. He's polarizing. He commands attention. He can be controversial. He's got the toys and stuff to draw attention. And that's what we need, guys. The people that are in control of this ecosystem are not are clearly not working. We are the laughing stock of crypto outside Pulse Chain. Yes, people respect Sami. People know B Roots, but we're a joke. So if we can build up a new character, a new influencer, someone that the mainstream can identify with or connect with, that's what Pulse Chain needs, in my opinion. So having a conversation with him yesterday, he's got a massive vision for his P Tiger coin. So I'm in here and to support it any way I can. And P Tiger is built similar to Peacock, just a different purpose and a different way of building what makes it valuable. P Tiger marketing coming, movies coming, the P Tiger police. Oh my God. Remember the Pulse Police with B Roots, where where did he go? He was in like a garage and he was chasing, I forget who he was after, but that was hilarious when he was like the FBI investigator. If he did that and somehow made skits, this is what we need. We need everybody to come together instead of everyone arguing and bickering. All of us need to unite somehow, put our differences aside, and get Pulse Chain in front of new audiences. And when we do that, I'll combine with Richard pumping the chain, it's over. So I like what he's building here. He has plans to grow and sustain it. And that's rare. And after talking to him, I believe it. I believe in his vision, and the chart is already looking epic. I mean, it's at a $1.6 million market cap, and he's got a bunch of supply, and then he's giving it to people that deserve it and can maintain and help the community out, not people that are going to just dump it. So I haven't gotten any. I bought my bag before I even talked to him yesterday. I got a bag of Peacock 2. I got my SCADA. And I want to have the founder of SCADA come on stream too, because I was watching one of Wreck to Riches streams. Shout out my dog. Another guy that is completely honest and will just tell you how it is. And that pisses people off, and they can't hear the other side of it. People have to be told one certain thing. And when he was talking about SCADA being a better PTGC, because when whales come in, they're going to have a hard time paying the 5.5 or 5% tax. They're not going to, it's going to turn some people off. But the same kind of project that only has a 1.5 or 1.7% tax, that's now doable. So I think I'm a huge believer of PTGC. I love it. We found that at a 40K market cap. I think it's going to do phenomenal. But for the people the whales that pass on it, I know why they're going to pass on it. And SCADA is where they would go to, in my opinion. So I bought it like a week or so ago, maybe. I don't even remember what the price was. But I'm even or maybe up a tiny bit. I don't care, guys. These are for the long term. When we come back and we look at these charts in 6, 12 months, it's going to be a completely different atmosphere. You're going to wish you threw more money. Even $100 would go so far in the bull run. But yeah, so I just like SCADA. I love P Tiger and Peacock, Liberty Swap. They're a huge instrumental part of Pulse Chain now. And guys, we got to come together and we got to support people. I'm still traumatized from being bamboozled on the QUBIC Discord. No, it's fault but my own, though, I guess. Well, I don't know. What'd you do? I got a week ban in there. Or a timeout. I didn't know you couldn't say ban his ass. I guess that you're not allowed to cuss at all in that Discord. I didn't know. So I got a week timeout. But join the QMine Discord. It's awesome in there. And there's just as much QUBIC alpha. Robert just landed, still keeping it real. I'm trying, bro. I am trying. And keeping it real, I think Crypto Tiger God is that man. He's keeping it real. I want to support him. So I think P Tiger is an easy 100x in Pulse Chain 2. And the same goes for Mr. Rags to Riches. Again, you need to support the good people. He's awesome. He builds stuff the right way. He'd rather under-promise and over-deliver. And that's what's happening with Switch.win and Morpheus and everything that's coming. If you don't know about Switch.win, it is the best way to swap on Base, Pulse Chain, and Ethereum. We like these tax tokens, right? When you go and you buy PTGC or UFO and you're in PulseX, you set your slippage to 5%. How many times have you forgot to move it back for your next trade? I know I've done it. God knows how many times. And I know if I'm doing it, other people are doing it as well. So Switch.win, it automatically detects the tax. So if you're coming in and you're buying Sparta, look at right down here, it automatically sets the 5% buy fee. And you can even come and set your slippage tier to like 0.2% and it'll work. So this guarantees you will never, ever forget to move your slippage back. So Switch.win right now, and it's the cheapest too. If you go and you look at PulseX and 9-inch and Pateus, Switch is the cheapest out there. And I love it. So I'm going to be supporting Rags to Riches and Switch and everything he's building because he's one of the good guys, and founders matter. All these people, Rags, Crypto Tiger God, Come From Beyond, Eco, Brian Armstrong, they all have traits in common. And they're very, very different than the people that are the faces of Pulse Chain right now. I'm not going to name names, but we're live. And they got to go. Good people need to get a spotlight. It's so easy for smaller people that are honest to get silenced and crushed by the herd. We need to unite and come together and just support each other. Hey, Tiger, doing a live on TikTok at 7. Yeah, I don't have TikTok. I won't put it on my phones. So we got to get him to do it on Twitter too. He's got to get it on X because a lot of people will view that. Late thoughts this was a short thumbnail. Man, Kimo Joe. No, bro. I don't put thumbnails for shorts. They're like they look like all of them look like me, and I'm like half retarded. Like, I don't know how they clip them, but they are hilarious. They're so stupid looking. I leave them. I laugh at them, but I try to make awesome thumbnails, man. You better not be hating on the thumbnails because I put time into these shits. So Rags, if you don't know, we launched Morpheus back in, what was it, October of 2024. And people have forgot about it. But behind the scenes, Morpheus has been building. It's going to be integrated with Switch.win. And a lot of stuff is coming. And I think Rags said something about day one. He said day one minters will be rewarded on a stream I was watching. I was watching a replay of some of the early Morpheus streams. And he said that a couple times. And I don't know what he means by it, but if you minted day one, just like, know you did. And remember that. So Morpheus, we're bonded to DYNEX right now. And to me, that's a problem. We need to be bonded and move over to Pulse Chain. Because if that buy and burn doesn't get touched, DYNEX doesn't move. So it's relying on a third party to get it going, which is fine. I know they're not going to do anything with it, and they're going to activate it at the right times. But moving forward, Switch.win and Morpheus are going to be bridging to Pulse Chain. And that's where most of the liquidity, I hope, will be. And right now, you can buy Morpheus on Pulse Chain or Ethereum. There's way more liquidity on Ethereum, though. So if you're buying anything more than a couple $100, you're going to eat some slippage. And the R bots are crazy, which is a good thing because they're filling up the pool over here. So every time people come and they buy up, I created a candle the other day, like down here. I think I created this candle. I bought like $300 worth. So I'm just adding to my positions that are the most suppressed in crypto. And Morpheus has so much upside. So does DYNEX and DYNEX with those ETH buy-in burns. Man, we saw them both pumping the other day too. When the whole market was going, DYNEX, DYNEX, Morpheus were all up 30, 40%. So when the time is right, DYNEX is going to rip. And DYNEX is going to rip. And we're liquidity bonded to them. Yeah, see, there's that same thing. It's the pump, but it's not sustainable right now because there's not enough liquidity and new money coming into crypto. But that will change, guys. So it gives you opportunity to add to positions that are hyper suppressed. So Morpheus, the buy and burn is still the active. Moving over to Pulse Chain and pairing up with Pulse Chain, I think that offsets the risk of DYNEX and the buy and burn not really getting burned, or it just doesn't do well this cycle. I think Pulse Chain is going to do phenomenal. So Hart's Law, coins that are bonded together, grow together. And when Morpheus is paired up with Pulse Chain, and this pool starts to really grow, the MORPH wrap Pulse pool, there's only 122 million Pulse in here right now and 11 billion MORPH. So it's small. All the liquidity is on Ethereum. So if you want to get it, you can buy it on Switch.win on ETH, and then just go to bridge.pulsechain.com and you can bridge it over, or you can buy it on Pulse Chain, but you got to do it in small clips. So I think this is potentially another easy 100x gem out there. Rags knows what he's doing. He's got the vision, and he's launched, I don't know how many projects Build the Tech has launched now, but it's got to be over 10. So when you're launching projects and building, you see what other people are doing and your competition, and you probably take a look at their code and how things are built. And I just don't think other people have the passion and the reason to dot your T's and cross your I's. I needed help about sending my QMine to Safe Trade. It wasn't showing up. So I hit the QUBIC Discord and was flooded with people posting as moderators. Bro, why do you need to send it to Safe Trade? I don't understand. You need to get QUBIC, so just swap it for QUBIC on QSwap right up here. You just go to swap and go QUBIC to QMine. Oh, it's not up there. All right. Well, either way, you don't have to do that. You just go, you go to QMine and you just go to the sell tab right here. And you come and you look and see people. So someone's offering 23.10. So you put 23.10 if you want to just market dump it right now, and then however much you have, and then hit connect, go, and then you got your QUBIC. And then you can send your QUBIC to Safe Trade or whatever you need to do. Like, you don't need the exchanges, bro. Don't get used to sending stuff to Safe Trade. 3 people that use Trade Ogre, because that was the exchange that was doing it back in the day. It's just shut down out of the blue. And 3 people lost their QUBIC because they just left it on there. But thank God it dumped 90% so they could buy it back for pennies on the dollar. But don't get used to using exchanges, bro. You don't need them. You know, you can do that. Whatever you need to do with QMine, do it into QUBIC on QUBIC Trade, and then go. Send your QUBIC out and then swap it for whatever or sell it. So Morpheus. And then the last one, guys, is DYNEX. DYNEX. You can get it on Switch.win. Another coin that is absolutely at the bottom. Oop, that's not it. That's OXO. 3.5 cents. Let's see, when I first found like DeSci and Quantum, it was May 8th or 9th. And I posted this research coin, Noble Blocks, Bill Nye, and a few others. And I still believe in all of them. And DYNEX has got the quantum narrative, and it can compete with like the ChatGPTs and the stupid other AIs that are out here right now. DYNEX is honored to be recognized as one of the 4 technologists of the year, receiving the Fast Abdul's Company's Next Big Things in Tech award. The award is spotlighting transformative technologies. The accolade underscores DYNEX's role as a leader in quantum as a service technology. That is the game changer right there. It blows ChatGPT and these other LLMs out of the water. It's like 1,000 times better. Because I think those ones are, however many qubits those ones are, this thing is hundreds and thousands more. DYNEX is playing a key role in the next mega cycle of computing, making it affordable, accessible, and scalable. Good morning, investors. As a DYNEX holder, I see steady progress. Like this as a reminder of why I invested in the first place. The chart might look quiet around 3.5 cents, but behind the scenes, DYNEX is building some of the most advanced technology in Web3, real decentralized quantum computing. Here's what keeps my confidence strong. Independent valuation by FinServ proved DYNEX's quantum performance across 6 key tests, confirming its results are real, measurable, and repeatable. Over 1 million algorithmic qubits already active on the network, a scale unmatched by any other decentralized project. The Apollo chip, a room temperature hybrid quantum processor under development, combining quantum and classical computing for faster real-world performance. That right there is the game changer. This chip, if this thing can actually be built, you don't have all the other ones now have to be stored at absolute zero. The amount of energy you need to keep things that cold is nuts. This room temperature, it's guy like, oh man, I'm so bullish. Quantum driven AI showing stronger reasoning and efficiency than traditional AI systems. And now with DYNEX Coin's entry into global capital markets, its transition into an institutionalized security token, the project is stepping up from being a crypto innovation to a fully recognized global tech company. Yes, short-term price movement is normal, but these fundamentals show DYNEX is not just another token. It's a long-term infrastructure play for the next generation of computing. DYNEX Coin isn't hype, it's history in the making. Bingo. Guys, it is going to be trading alongside quantum stocks that are, Gugad was saying, $1 to $4 to $10 billion market caps. And DYNEX Coin is sitting at like 10 million market cap right now. And we're talking about billions. So you buy it right now. If you buy it, the Uniswap version, you just go to bridge.dynexcoin.com. And if you have the wrapped one like I do, I'm going to have to do it. And you have to KYC to get your security tokens in the future. I'm okay with doing that. A lot of people aren't going to be. So what I think is going to happen is the day or hours before the cutoff and the deadline, the price is going to run up high for people that don't want to hold it for that long term. So I think there's going to be a big run up right before the deadline. So I'm keeping a little bit, maybe 5,000 coins. I'm going to keep off to the side if it does run up to like 50 cents or something like that. So I can take all my initial and some out. But who knows what's going to happen? I just see the potential, guys. I see the potential with QUBIC, with QMine in the game, with Coinbase and Brian Armstrong and Research Coin and P Tiger and Tiger Crypto God and his ability to market, command attention. And the people in Pulse Chain are just traumatized. They're in desperation for someone new to come save them and tell them it's okay and show them a better way. Most people have failed, including myself. I saw what was going on, but my problem was I took these people's word. I went and I met with a majority of the guys that were influencers back in the day or still are. And I talked to them privately at the 3 or 4 Pulse Chain conferences and meetups we've gone to. And they all love the idea of, I'm going to talk about multiple coins so I can find a common ground with XRP or Hedera or Stronghold, and then talk about Pulse Chain and Hex. Because it doesn't work just bombarding people with Pulse Chain and Richard Hart's the best and just regurgitating this nonsense. It doesn't work. So finding that common ground, and all of them were like, that's an awesome idea. That's great. But when I did it, I got no support. So it was kind of my fault, but I don't care. I'm glad I wouldn't change a thing. I'm glad I did it this way because now I know I've found the best opportunities in all of crypto. And you need to be diversified. You can't just have all your eggs in one basket. And people that are in Pulse Chain that put all their eggs in one basket are realizing that is not good. And it can backfire. DYNEX is going to make us rich. Get at least 1,000 DYNEX. Oh, yeah. 1,000 DYNEX is like $35 right now. Or no, is it even that? Yeah. It might even be cheaper. No, yeah, that's right. That $35 for 1,000. Yep, that's right. 1,000, 35.10 or 35.01. So yeah, go to Switch.win and get your DYNEX. If you guys are still using Uniswap or Aerodrome, stop swapping. Start switching. It's cheaper. You're supporting good people. And why don't you want to save money? If you forgot about slippage to change on Pulse X, oh, it detects your tax tokens automatically. It is so cool. So use Switch.win, support Rags, look into QUBIC, look into QMine, look into Garth. I'm confident in them. The founders are good guys that are here to build. So there you go. You got 6 or 7 of them. Research Coin, QUBIC, QMine, Garth, P Tiger, Morpheus, DYNEX. And that's it for today. I could keep going on, but we're not going to. We're going to keep it there so people aren't alpha overloaded. But that is it. That is all I got. Tiger Crypto God is streaming at 7. If you got TikTok, if you got Twitter, look for it. I'm going to shoot him a message and make sure he attempts to get it onto X, because I don't have TikTok. And I'm sure a lot of you guys don't either. But yeah, guys, support the good people out here. Smash that like button, and we will see you tomorrow night.
Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Viber finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Viber finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Viber is the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.